Okay, everyone, this is our review lesson on decimal operations. Remember that sixth graders are required to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide when working with decimals. Let's look at the following examples. No matter how the questions are written, when adding and subtracting, there's really only one rule you need to worry about, and that is making sure that the decimals are lined up vertically, one on top of the other. And having graph paper makes this a lot simpler. 3 plus 9 is 12, carry your 1, you're left with 9 and 2 tenths. Down here at this example, you have 2 and 1 tenths plus 937 thousandths. Again, you have to make sure everything's lined up properly. You can see from the adding that you have 3 and 37 thousandths. Subtraction, the rules are exactly the same. Line your decimals up vertically, borrow and regroup if necessary. Your answer is 3 and 4 tenths. In the subtraction example, notice that if you had written it out regularly, you would have had, I'm sorry folks, you would have 2 and 1 tenths minus 937 thousandths, and you wouldn't have anything written in this area. So because of that, you have to make sure that you add your zeros and then borrow and regroup if necessary. And of course, you go through the process and your answer is 1 and 163 thousandths. Multiplying follows the same rules as regular multiplication, whether you've learned how to do it the traditional way or the lattice way. You have 6 and 2 tenths times 2 and 7 tenths. You multiply following the full algorithm. Your answer will have these digits. The trick or rule is to count how many digits are to the right of the decimal in your entire question. In this instance, you have 2, and since it starts here, you move that many numbers over to the left, and your answer is left at 16 and 74 hundredths. Following the lattice method, you set up your box properly. You can see that your answers are, or the numbers in the sequence are the same. You make sure that your decimal starts here, and then you move accordingly. Division, I have 2 and 169 thousandths divided by 3. Since the divisor was just a straight whole number, I don't need to move anything. So I'm going to carry out my regular division like I would normally would. I have 3 can't go into 2, but 3 can go into 21 7 times. I'll follow that process through, and I have the answer of 723 thousandths. In this example over here, however, I had a 2 hundredths in my divisor, so I had to move it over 2 times, and again move it over 2 times in the dividend, and we find that 2 hundredths goes into 24 hundredths, a total of 12 times. This is about as complicated as it will get in 6th grade. In this instance, you have 1 and 42 hundredths divided by 3. When I get to this point here, I have a choice. I can stop or add a 0. In this instance, I'm adding a 0. Kids really need to make sure that they get to where they are either at a repeating decimal or they can finish it. So the 0 was brought down, 3 goes into 10 3 times. Follow through, you can already see the pattern. The kids have been taught that you can write this line above the digit that begins to repeat because you're never going to get anything else. Hope this helps.